Yeah. So what we want about it?
You know,
I can't use hibachi no more. I claim that nickname back. I'm taking hibachi back.
Let's. So we also have to introduce our guest, our very illustrious guest, Carolina legends, Antwan Jamison, former teammate as well.
Yeah.
And another former teammate, Brendan Haywood. Thank you for coming through, guys. I guess when Gilbert calls you, first of all, surprised about it, and then you got to come through. He doesn't ask much.
He doesn't. He asks for a lot. Believe me, he does.
I do.
Demanding and asking two different.
Yeah, that's true.
And he tried to pull his back hurt.
Now my back is hurt. Listen, only because it's you. I got a back brace on right now. I'm old.
So I guess before we get to the DC connection, because that we could be all night talking about that, but you guys were in Carolina. We have to acknowledge this is a basketball hotbed. These guys play for a legend. You play for a legend in college. So that's the common theme. All right, so that's where it starts. Playing for legendary coaches, of course, Dean Smith, Gil Dudos. So between the three of you, what was that like as an 18-year-old kid? You needed some structure and getting that in college.
I mean, that's now, we're parents. Brenda's a parent as well, and that's the most important thing. This is the first opportunity you're leaving your home and you're away from your family. You want to be entrusted with somebody who's going to have your child's best interests. And it was valuable for us to go into a situation not only that we was going to improve with our skill level on the basketball court, but most importantly, just about life in general, how to become a man, how to do things away from the household. So to me, it was very valuable. As a parent, I use a lot of the things that Coach Smith instilled in us. I try to do the same thing when we was teammates, but a lot of times those things went in one ear, not the other. But it was very important, and I think it was the reason for a lot of our success on and off the court as well.
And what was his motto? Play together, play hard, play smart.
Yep, play hard, play smart, play together.
I mean, I had a different experience just because I was different from Twan. When I came in, Dean Smith was retiring. So my freshman year, I got there. Our first official day of practice, he was like, "Hey fellas, I don't really want to do this no more." I was kind of shocked because I came there for Dean. I still got a great basketball education playing for Coach Guthridge, both Coach Guthridge and Coach Smith, rest in peace. But I didn't really get a chance to play for Dean. I just got a chance to hear about him. And when you hear the stories from guys like Twan and Vince, and when they talk about not only how good he was as a basketball coach, but how he was like a father figure, the things that he did off the court, how he valued people, it just lets you know that he was truly special and kind of give you a guideline for how you should live your life.
And I mean, if anybody knows the relationship that Coach Gut and Coach Smith had, they were pretty much, hand in hand. So a lot of the values that after Coach Smith left, he learned from Coach Guthrie was pretty much from Coach Smith. And of course, you saw Coach Smith all the time when you played there because his office was still there too.
That was y'all experience in college?
What was your experience with Lute Olson then?
What I'm saying is I was being red-shirted. I was coming as a red shirt, so I didn't have no rules.
What do you mean you didn't have any rules?
I didn't have no rules. I didn't,
Like red shirt still has rules.
I was red shirting, then I got 4 years to worry about what I need to do in life. So I used my first year to be an asshole on the campus. So I was still in the carts, turning off lights in school. I was just doing...
Throwing rocks.
Doing 17, 18-year-old stuff.
That's not really 17, 18-year-old stuff. Those are criminal activities. Those are criminal activities.
No, kind of. But this is the first time I'm away from home, so, I got freedom now.
But still, basketball was, No,
that's what I'm saying. So, because I was redshirting, I just trained all day. I didn't go to class. I didn't do none of it. I was basically the anti-everything of the school.
So you didn't go to class?
Oh, no. No.
Well, Arizona already in trouble, man. You was going to keep you in the hot seat.
I had an 0.2 my first year. 0.2 my second year.
The first year.
Huh?
I said, how was it the second year after your first year then?
No,
You had an 0.2.
Yeah, I'm on academic probation, go to summer school, get 2 A's, now I'm eligible for the second season.
Boy, I tell you just giving up all the secrets, huh?
No, I'm just, yeah.
That's the difference between
But I mean,
Carolina.
but you know how usually you got to adjust to my style. So I was just being reckless, and then they wanted to kick me out. And then when first day of practice came and I done shot up, they're like,
And I
ooh.
would say though, I mean, you have a very, I don't know how to explain your personality off the court, but when it came to playing the game of basketball and it came to competing, like I played with, LeBron's, Kobe, like you by far as being the most focused, dedicated individual that I've known. So you can sit there and say, yeah, I threw rocks and this and that. Now, away from the basketball court, I didn't want anything to do with you. I didn't want to hang out with you because you just never knew what you was going to get out of Gil. But when it was time to be in the gym, when it was time to compete, I mean, it was the most easiest thing in the world because you knew that you had somebody along with Brendan that wanted to win the basketball game, that wanted to do it the right way. But separate that from who you are as an individual away from the basketball court is different. So you learned some things when you went to Arizona.
No, but you gotta remember, I had that growing up. That's what it was. It was on the court, and then
I'm talking about you learned things from Coach Olsen.
Yes.
Come on.
You didn't learn anything from Coach Olsen?
Some,
no. What I'm saying is like,
On the court, he didn't teach you anything.
no, he just gave me the ball. That's
Okay.
what I've said. Is just give him the ball. Just give him the ball.
What he taught you how to be the man there?
Yeah, that's the new guy.
He taught you how to be the man there.
What he do off the court, just hide it until he's out of the school.
Oh, so basically, Coach Olsen was our problem there.
yeah.
Yeah,
He said-
So we got crazy Gil because
No,
of Coach
they did
Olsen.
what everybody else did. They did
Okay.
what everybody else did. Let the talent roam, hide it until we don't need it anymore.
All right.
Daddy Jordan, bro. You can't hate the dude 10 years later.
Are you serious?
But what you just said is
Can you say it, Jordan?
of the way he was focused, right?
Yeah.
So that focus was your greatness. Because everybody can have ability and skill. All three of you have tremendous ability and skill, but you really need that quality of focus. And then the elite level focus is a rare thing. So Coach Olsen saw that in you. It didn't get in the way of that. It takes a great coach to be able to do that.
Yeah, true. I was fortunate to have understanding coaches. From my high school, from college, in Golden State, and then Eddie was fine with me until the end. But, they understood my personality. They understood that, when it is game time, I'm going to put the preparation in. Just don't focus on what I'm doing off the court. Like, I wasn't, smoking, partying like that. It was just paintballing, random people. That was, my type of fun. It was just,
Take
they didn't.
tires off cars, people cars.
I was just a
in the locker
prankster.
room.
I was just a prankster, so, it's like the Joel Embiid. If you think about Joel Embiid, they like it at first, and then if you're not winning, they're like, oh man, he's.
Imagine if he had social media back then, though.
Well, he pretty much launched the social media wave.
Yeah, I can see that.
When he started, his blog that opened up doors.
Yeah, it did.
Everybody started, going that route after you went that route. You almost like the pioneer, man. You got to give yourself some credit.
Weren't you Twitter and they took it away from you?
Yeah, I was doing. It was Twitter, and I was getting fined during the lockout year, which was weird.
What were you? How you get fined during a lockout year? What were you saying?
How you get fired on your day off?
Okay,
They caught you stealing boxes?
No, I just left Miami. Right, it was Memorial Day weekend. So you've been there Memorial Day weekend.
I'm married now. No, I have not. Never been there. Never seen it. Don't know what you're talking about.
So I just made a reference that it looked like Planet of the Apes Part 2 going down there.
Wow.
They fined me.
Wow. I hope they find you twice.
50,000.
Yeah, you earned that 50.
The day before, Matt Barnes just called 6 females the B word and didn't get nothing.
So now you're just gonna snitch on Matt Barnes?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't commit a crime with Gil. That's what we've learned today.
But also you said that the prankster mentality It's one thing to play jokes on your teammates. Tend to go a little too far. So all right, so let's get into DC. How you guys all came together. This one story, your teammate, Mr. Blotch.
Uh-oh.
You did something with his shoe.
I've already debunked that. I put dogs.
These guys were there.
But they didn't pay attention.
I wasn't
to
there.
So okay,
You
You have to understand, our locker room was separated. It was the older guys that weren't affected by the silliness, and then the younger guys that followed behind the Pied Piper over here. And so that was pretty much. So basically, you had guys like myself, Antwan, Karan, Larry Hughes, and he was there, Jared Jeffries. We all saw Gil's stuff. We thought it was funny, but it didn't affect us. And he knew there was a mutual respect. We didn't play around like that, so he knew he wasn't gonna put dog mess in my shoe, and I wasn't gonna do the same thing. But Blatch and Nick Young and all those other guys, they kind of like those games. So Gil plays the game better than anybody.
There was no dog.
So listen,
That's why he never heard of it. That's what I said. It was one of those.
yeah. So
Brandon, you want to tell a story?
you never heard of that?
I thought it wasn't dog mess. I thought it was his mess.
No, I just said it was my message.
He said it was
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
more
See, I
of
didn't
a-
pay
It
attention
was
to
more
it.
of a headline.
I can set up a little bit. You had his shoe. The
Yeah.
idea was to take his shoe, take the insole out of his shoe, and then this is the part that I couldn't connect. Is he had to go get dog shit. I guess so. You went out, scooped it off the curb, put it in a bag.
Yeah,
brought
smeared
into
it, put the
But
sole.
that part, I can't imagine you out in the street. I'm thinking even in like
I can't imagine
your
that.
uniform.
Believe me, you can imagine that. If you know Gilbert, you can definitely imagine him.
Yeah.
Like,
Sole in, and then put the
Okay,
baby powder.
so then back in you to handle it, and then you put it in the shoe.
What kind of jokes did you do when you?
Not that,
Obviously,
not that.
it wasn't
That-
creative.
We like
That wasn't even the worst joke you played on Blatch.
I
though.
know. That's what I said.
That wasn't even the worst one.
the jersey.
No, that wasn't. That was
The $80 make you holler.
no.
You remember that face?
Stop it. We're not talking about that. No, I think the worst one was. You remember when they had that stuff that we used to put on? It's called Red Hot.
Oh, the red hot.
So Red Hot was this stuff that guys used to put on to stay warm. Like if you weren't going in the game, or if you weren't starting, you put this on, you stayed warm the whole time. You didn't have to worry about warming up. But this stuff really warmed up on your skin. And Gil and Blatch were playing a game, and Gil decided it'd be a good idea if he snuck into Blatch's locker, put the Red Hot inside of Blatch's tights. And so when Blatch put his tights on, that area on his body lit up, and he was in the shower screaming, trying to. And they said the only way you could really get off your skin if it was like that was to bathe in milk. So he's in the shower like before a game, bathing in milk because Gilbert put Red Hot in his tights.
I had some fun.
Yeah. So that's way worse than the dog mess in the shoe, to me.
Come on, you got the rookies.
That was like Blatch's third year.
But see, that's what I said. My rookie year.
man, only thing
Y'all
we made you
tortured
do.
me.
only
No,
thing-
I wasn't on your
Always
team.
tortured me.
Are you serious? So you had to do the same things I had to do. You had to go and on a road trip, get what, $60 worth of chicken. You had to, like, it was simple things like that. Carry the bags after to practice and things like that. We didn't do any kind of dramatic stuff to you whatsoever. The stuff that you did is totally different, out of line, not even compared to like the things that normal rookies have to go through.
Okay, let's try it this way. Since he didn't understand the pain that they was putting me through my rookie year, I thought I was going to be a top 10 draft pick. So I bought an Escalade. You remember the chains back in the day, big old emblem, so the GJA. So I done spent $300,000-$500,000 already. My contract that year was about $350,000. So I done already done spent that, right? So basically, I'm living off my second year's contract, my first year. So I had the budget of $400 for 2 years. Gas money, a girlfriend, 2 dogs. And you talking about go pay $60 for something.
Yeah, I didn't tell you about that damn chain. You decided to do that.
I was trying to be like, yo, I was trying to ball.
You was blinging though. You was blinging. You was blinging though.
He had a truck, boy. Had
Oh no, I
some
threw that chain
speakers in the
I threw
back
the chain
too.
out the window.
You did what?
I threw the chain out the window.
Excuse me.
I was so angry that I went so late, I got mad and threw the chain.
How much did the chain cost?
I'm gonna just be honest, because I couldn't afford what everyone else to it. It was cubic. It was cubic zirconia.
It was cubics.
Yeah, it was cubic with the white gold.
Was cubic? They're still gonna be about
cost me
what?
like
About
30.
5,000? How much?
He robbed me.
No, I said with cubics, you pay 30,000.
30,000.
With cubics, you should no way you should be paying 30,000 with cubics. They fake.
Jewelry expert. How much can you get for fake diamonds? He got robbed. Okay.
Yeah, 30,000 for some fake diamonds.
I didn't know I was a rookie.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
I was a rookie. What was I supposed to do?
Man, for 30,000, good man.
But how does that compare to the things you did to Nick Young, Andre Blatch, the decisions you made?
I was going to say you rewrote the book on rookie treatment with what you did to Nick.
You took Arvid Storer, who just bought a brand new car. I mean, this guy he made the team, bought a brand new car. You took the wheels off of his car, put them on bricks.
Because he was bragging about him.
And then you but hold on, Twan, it gets
Then he
worse.
put it-
So it's like
Then he
deserved
hid the wheels in different places all
yeah.
around the
It's a
arena.
scavenger hunt.
Yeah, it was a scavenger hunt. So he took the 4 wheels off the car and he hid them all around the arena.
Look, you can't say I was creative.
And then he said when he puts the wheels back, it didn't drive the same whatsoever.
But I was creative. That was the best part of what I was doing. I thought about it. I put thought into it.
I would say an 82-game season with the different personalities that we had, it was kind of, it let off a
They
little
can't say we
steam.
didn't have fun. We had fun.
I watched him with people always say, "What team was your favorite team?"
Oh, yeah,
and I'll be
all the
like,
time.
in Dallas we won the chip, but my favorite team was the Washington Wizards, just because we had years like the plane rides, the bus rides were just comedy sessions, so we would always have fun.
So I wasn't that bad. Like,
You weren't that, but me and you, we never,
affect us.
it didn't affect us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you were that bad. Honestly, I think you sell yourself short because you always tell the stories of how crazy you are, but you don't tell as many stories about how crazy you are with your work ethic. Like, I was in there one day, you were doing like a full court shooting drill that the average NBA player wouldn't have been able to finish, and you were doing it easy. And so,
Not only that, to be disappointed with the way he played
Yeah,
right
like-
after the game, he's in there to 3 or 4 o'clock.
yeah, like that's just, I think you always sold yourself short because you always give crazy Gil stories, but a lot of times you don't give the stories of how you became one of the best scoring guards in the league. And honestly, like if we could just drop you off in today's game, you would be so much more accepted because back then you were rogue. Guys that didn't play like John Stockton and Jason Kidd were frowned upon. And so but that's another thing. You didn't care. You knew you had one style of play and you didn't try to change your game and you were very good because of it. So you did a lot of crazy stuff, but you were also crazy in your routine. And that's why you were great.
oh man, thank you, man.
That's the only nice thing I'm gonna say about you for the rest of this show.
Now I'm glad I didn't call 5 down and told him to get it off the glass. You know, I knew I was right on something.
Hey man, listen, you never told me that. You told Kwame Brown that, but you didn't tell me that.
No, I wouldn't tell you that because you would come to my room and knock on the door and say, we need to talk like men. Wait a minute.
Hey, listen, you act like Kwame wouldn't have fought you either now.
That was the funniest part about me, that I already knew when to back out of, like close to a fight. Like,
You knew when people was getting serious.
Yeah.
Brent, I remember I used
to hoop us,
to
to put-
mess with Brendan like a lot, just like throw little shots, and then one day he was like, "Do, do, do, do. Yo, that is Brendan. Open up. Open up."
Hey man, we just had to talk, man.
Unannounced.
It wasn't like I wanted to wrestle.
That's how I had to look to the people. Yeah, that's him. Nah, I already seen what he's capable of.
Nah, man, listen, it wasn't like I was knocking on Eton's door. I just wanted to talk to you.
I put a chain on, put a thing under it, like I already know what this is about to be.
man.
I think also for Brendan, there's certain people that you mess with and there's certain people that you don't. And you probably could identify that. Guys like Nick, JaVale.
Yeah, you know, I think I was the bridge between, because, you know, when we first got there, we were we were coming in at the same age. Antwan was the older guy, and then we started building. Then there became this point where it was just old and really young. Like it was just the older guys and then the young guys, and neither of the two liked each other. So I was the one that was like kind of bridging, the gap between them.
Now we say don't like each other, not off the curl on a personal level. It was just my vision was we come in, we lift weights, we practice, we go home. Brendan was kind of the same way, but also he would be able to relate to the young guys and make it easier for me to relate to them, and we can coexist on and off the court as well. Because at that time I was married with kids, and after practice I was going straight home, and they was gambling, playing cards. I didn't do any of that, but they both did a great job, as you said, bridging the gap between, okay, you got guys like myself and Antonio Daniels who are family oriented, but also when they come in, they get the job done and that's it. And you had the other guys like, look, I don't have to go home to a family. I want to come in and, they all go over to his house and swim in the $1 million pool and stuff like that in DC of all places. But he did an unbelievable job of just bridging the gap and the personalities. I played with a couple of teams, but when I say the personalities that we had on that team, I've never seen anything like it. But the course of 82 games and dealing with that personality, you need that one guy who can let's find a way to make our 82-game season doable, but also we had talent. And like I said, when it was time to play, we put all that joking aside and we got the job done. But, you spend more times with these guys than you do with your family. You travel on the plane together. You do so many things together. So you needed that bridge to okay, we got these young guys who don't know how to be professional athletes or mentally to put in all work all the time. And then we have this middle group who has done that, but also, don't have a family and also want to enjoy each other's company as well. But then we have this young group who just coming in and just don't know what to expect. The problem is they followed him a little bit too much.
The Pied Piper, man.
I mean, boy, when he started blowing it, it was just I'm like, Gil, stop it. And they just...
Did you think that I'm gonna get these young guys to be like my minions?
No.
It's big.
Yeah.
Because you got to
do.
remember, at heart, I'm a comedian. I'm
what?
fun comedian. I mean, I don't have good jokes, but I'm saying I'm a comedian.
You got time.
You know what I'm saying? And so what ends up happening is I knew how to shut off and on. Because when you really think about it, this is what, the perception, what people don't understand, the perception that a young kid that's coming in at 18 or 19, when they're looking up to Antwan, he's married, he has kids. They can't identify with it. So they're like, I'm young, where's the strip club, where's the clubs, I want to go party. So it becomes this big old gap. So usually when you come into the league, however you came into the league, usually that's how you leave, your mannerisms. So if you came in as a, responsible, player, that's usually how you are, because you're moving along. If you're coming in as a young clown,
go ahead.
You're basically gonna leave like that, because you're gonna, instead of going upward, he's still got, he got kids. Let me go down to the young talent that's going to the strip club. So, that's how I came down. Because when I came in, my whole group, they were older guys. When I was a rookie. So it wasn't taking me nowhere. So every time,
But no, take that back now, because when we was in Golden State, I wasn't married. But when you came to Golden State, you had a...
I was broke. There was no hanging out with you guys. What was I gonna do? $400.
But this all comes back to, what you can learn from this, if you can learn anything from this, you push people to see what they have. Because on a team, you want that bond, you want chemistry. So for some guys, it's playing one-on-one. For other guys, if you can take a joke. If I can prank you, you can handle it, I like you, you're my guy, right? Because that's how we handle the younger guys. But for your team, thing we even actually forget, you guys had a damn good team of that era. It gets overlooked. But we didn't even talk about Karan. you guys like Antonio Daniels. You guys were so deep and talented, but you also got along in your own special way.
Yeah, we always had our little groups. Whenever I think about our, was it 05, 06 team, am I the only one that thought the one mistake we did was letting Jerry Jeffries go?
That and Larry Hughes.
Our natural two, yeah.
Yeah. So, I definitely think that our team could have been different had we kept Jared and kept Larry. Larry was our quiet leader. And somehow, some way, and I still don't know how he pulled it off, he was the only dude you would listen to. Maybe because he was big brother when you were in Golden State, but like when you would go off on a tangent, we'd be like, yo, Larry, go get him. And then you come back and you be normal again. I don't know. And so and Larry doesn't even say that much. Larry's like Kawhi Leonard without the braids. Like he don't really speak. And so he was truly our leader. And then I think that Jared was our utility guy.
Yeah.
And so Jared was like, listen, if Twan had a tough matchup, hey, we'll slide Twan over, let Jared guard him. Or it'd be nice. I remember one time, it was, I think it was the year, the fight with the Pacers. And Jermaine O'Neal and him came back. Jermaine O'Neal was cooking. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was giving me everything. And I was like, yo, Jared, I pretty much can't stop this guy tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Jeff Foster over here. You go ahead and get Jermaine O'Neal. And he was versatile like that. Like he could go guard a center, then he could go guard a two guard. Like there was one game he was guarding Yao Ming, and then he finished the game guarding like Steve Francis or something like that. So he was that was a lot of people. But you only played on one end. But it was just, Jared was very unique in his ability because he was 6'9", 6'10", could switch all the screen and rolls and he did all the things that are valuable now. Outside of shooting, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't really his thing, but as far as being versatile, he could put the ball on the floor, he could defend. Like I think he's another guy, like his game would be celebrated more in today's basketball.
Yeah, I think once he went to the Knicks, we ended up getting Deshaun. Even though Deshaun was a great two-man, he was a two-man. With Jared, he was a 2, 3, 4. Like he was guarding every position. So for the most part, if any of us struggled, he just cleaned it up.
Yeah, we can't sell D. Steve short though.
No. That's what I said. D. Steve did his thing, but when it came to matchups that we couldn't match up with, Jared always filled that gap.
Like Jared and D. Steve were both great defenders. The difference was Jared was probably more versatile.
Yeah.
Like, there's not too many guys that will start off a game guarding Dwayne Wade and end the game guarding Shaq. Mm-hmm. So he was very versatile, but D. Steve was locked down as well.
Yeah, D. Steve was locked down on 2 3s, 1s, because he had to, help me out a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
But, with Jared was,
Yeah, we all had to help you out.
1 through 5.
Yeah. I mean, but every player
I wasn't that bad. I was just conserving energy. That's
bad, though. That's like Olay defense out there.
It wasn't,
Look good on the other end.
Huh?
Now, offensively, yeah, it was a clinic.
It was a who?
A clinic. What you were doing out there was a clinic.
Yes.
I'm telling you, man, listen, I'm going to give you your props. Offensively, there weren't too many that could do it at that level. You could shoot it from deep. You would post up smaller guards. Back when you had 2 good knees, you would come down the lane and dunk on big men. Now when them knees got a little creaky, you know what I'm saying? It was a little bit different, but still. Yeah.
What's so funny is I did play defense when I had that. When I was in Golden State.
So I remember Slam Magazine, you were in the back of the Slam Magazine for like defense one time.
Yeah, I was a defensive player.
I mean, you almost led the league in steals one year.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's what happened.
I guess
they say you quit the lottery you quit your job when you win the lottery.
All that money in his back pocket was weighing him down. He couldn't slide his feet.
You just start looking at the defensive players like Bruce Bowen, Raja Bell, they had $5 million. These scores over here, 20 million, just go ahead and take this little route over here. Go take a little route. Y'all can have a little defense over there.
I was going to say that. He cut to the chase because the money was in the offensive.
The money is an offense.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. You know what? How y'all doing these days? I see you still looking fit. Got your grease on like usual. Wasn't he the oil? Like this man was the oilest. Like, come on, still.
Man, listen, man.
Ashy? It's 90-some degrees outside. It's not the LA weather, buddy. This
Carolina,
is home still?
Carolina Heat.
I'm not going anywhere. Me and Brendan stay about 7-8 minutes from each other.
We already know Brendan was never leaving.
Never leaving Charlotte.
Mom Duke's gotta be close.
My mom lived with me now, man. Mom wasn't moving around too well. I had to move her in with me, man.
I love Mom.
My life now is a soap opera, just so you know. Me, my mom, my wife, all in the same house together. Like I really need a television show, straight up.
If you know his mom.
Yeah. If you know how Barbara Haywood goes, you already know.
Antonio Daniels. Come on, I know y'all remember that day.
I don't remember what happened.
We playing is right at trade deadline, and he was like, man, I just need to go to a veteran team. They got like a veteran point guard that I can play behind, because I can't take this shit no more. Next day, he was traded to Charlotte.
You got traded to Charlotte?
No, New Orleans. He got traded to New Orleans behind Chris Paul.
I didn't even realize that. I don't remember that story. I don't remember that he got traded like that.
Because you didn't pay attention.
I was in my own world a lot. I was.
You didn't pay attention.
I just had to worry about myself.
You didn't pay attention to the guards. We had our little guard issues.
Yeah.
We had our little guard issues.
Yes,
We had a funny team.
Oh, we had a lot of funny teams. A lot of different guys.
Yeah. Chucky Atkins. Yeah, we had some funny players.
Remember Crazy Anthony Peeler? Were you on a team with Anthony Peeler?
Yep.
Anthony Peeler, LaRon Prophet.
I seen Anthony probably like 3 weeks ago. He was like, oh yeah, hey, can you get me in the big three? A tryout. I was like, yeah, I can get you a tryout. I was like, you in shape? It's like I run 5 miles every morning. I was like, all right. Gave him the number, called, didn't show up. Yeah, sounds like Anthony Peeler.
That's AP, man. AP was a legend. We had a lot of funny guys. Jared Jeffries was a funny guy on the team. Roger Mason.
He was funny.
Yeah, so we had a very entertaining team.
That's the inside job.
I can tell when that mind is boy, something going on up there. So I'm glad. Look at you learning though. You was going to say something, but you stopped. That's good.
I want to know what I'm gonna see. Because I'm calling these games tomorrow, man. So I want to know what I'm gonna see in the big
you
three.
calling the game tomorrow?
Yeah. So if you're trash, I'm gonna be killing you.
No.
Yeah.
Look, it's the first game.
No. First game, my ass. You better go out there and bring it.
No, it's the first game. The first game, just got to get acclimated.
Nah, brother, I ain't got time for that.
But
I need Agent Zero Hibachi cooking shrimp and chicken tomorrow.
It's 3-on-3. It's half court. 3-on-3 is a little physical. You like to have your space.
Not regular 3-on-3. This 3-on-3.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This 3-on-3 is physical.
Yeah.
But you like to have your space. You like to roam and stuff. So I mean.
No, I got football pads.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, I swear to God. Swear to God, I'm gonna have football pads. So just in case it gets a little crazy, I can just put them shits on and we just gonna continue to play.
Well, all right, that'll make my job easy because that'll be a fun call.
I'm gonna tune in tomorrow. I can't wait to see.
I'm doing. That's what I said. I already told the team.
Told him what?
Told him what?
Deshaun Stevenson is guarding me, so he's not gonna back down. So therefore, y'all ain't gonna touch the ball. Y'all had last week to establish yourselves, and since everybody
that's gonna be good though to see you and D Steve go at it. That'll be interesting.
Like practice on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they came to see me, so might as well just shoot every time.
But that used to be a great matchup. I used to love practice whenever you and D Steve were on the opposite sides of each other because he had his swag. D Steve's swag is on 1 million, and he would challenge you, and he would like D Steve like y'all's rivalry because y'all were good friends, but y'all rivalry on the court made practice fun, and it also made everybody go hard because on a day where you might be like, man, I don't really feel like practicing today, you get in that 5-on-5 scrimmage and everybody gets to talk and jump. You don't want to be on the losing team.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was fortunate to have, players that always pushed me, like D Steve. Larry used to do the same thing, going the other side because he's like, well, since we got to guard offensive players, I might as well guard you every day. And then I'm like, well, since if you the, first team all defense, me going against you every day, it's gonna be easy out there. So it's like even with Chucky Atkins, you think you having a day off and he get there coming in there talking that shit, you be like, God damn, I did not want to practice it, but if I don't, he ain't gonna let it down. He gonna really think he's the starter. You know, no. If I set out, he's already yelling. See, this is why I need to start. This is why I need the big buckets. You ain't even got to worry about me not practicing. See, you got the prima donna over there. And I'm like, oh, man, just go. Give me the icy hot. I got this, man. You know, that's the NBA life.
Yeah, that was it.
But we talked about trades for a sec too, and even when it's over, do you still keep in touch? It gets harder, right? Because you're around them every day, your teammates.
It's hard to keep in touch with who?
Yeah, like seeing you guys together now, you just lose touch. Is it easily?
I don't think we lose. Like, it's hard to keep touch with Gil because Gil changes his phone number every other week, like he has warrants out for his arrest. Like, yo, I'll literally call you and talk to you on the phone for 45 minutes. I'll call you back in 2 weeks. It'll be some old white guy on the phone. Talk about, tell your friends don't call him no more. This ain't Gilbert's number. And so I'm just like, other people I still keep in contact with a lot of my guys. Like, you know, I'm still keeping contact with Jared Jeffries, Calvin Booth. Like I just showed, we on a group chat just talking. Roger Mason, Karan Butler, we worked together. Me and you worked together one time. Yeah. So we still, I see that's, well, I didn't, Vince was high school, was college, but I don't think it's that hard to keep in contact with people except for Gilbert.
So if you need Gil,
you got to DM him.
DM him.
You have to DM him, yeah. So I contact him through Instagram. That's how I get.
The one thing I will say though, I mean, we might not see each other for years, but when we do see each other, it's just like, you know, we're playing. I mean, the joking and the stories that we have, and that's, you know, what, you know, teammates are all about, and teammates who you really care for and you have a lot of respect for as well. So like, it's been a while since I've seen them, but we text every once in a while and nothing's changed. You know, the same thing with Brendan. I mean, we stay 7 minutes from each other, but I have kids, I'm ripping and running, and he has his own thing going, and we very rarely see each other. But when we do see each other, it's just, you know, back to joking and talking about each other's family and so forth. And you don't have that type of relationship with guys who you don't respect or guys who you know, did enjoy playing with as teammates.
And like, it's a family, like any family, and you have
a dysfunctional family. The
family.
You know, so funny. It is a family because that's all you know 24/7. I remember when we were all trying to get boys, and we over here all doing the research for it.
Trying to get what?
Because you wasn't in this area of having kids.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get boys. Okay.
Yeah, everybody, we like researching.
Oh,
like,
he's trying to get a boy now, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I need one now.
Like we were like, all right, so look.
They say if you do this, you know.
That's what's up. We were sitting there, everybody was doing the research. It was like, you can't take hot showers before you do it. You can't go back to back. You got to wait like a week. And then last one, you remember? You don't remember when?
No, I don't remember.
I remember we talked about because we both had girls to start, but you should have seen our face. We was just like, that shit
girl,
didn't
you
work.
thinking about that second one, like, God, I don't want two of them, not in a row. Not in a row. So we all, everyone, like Sangalia had one, Dixon had one, because I remember he was.
Juan had a baby? Juan had a baby back then?
Yeah,
he
two
did.
boys. He's the one who put the ice pack.
Yeah. What?
Because, you know, they said, so.
I didn't hear, I wasn't
like
part of this
girl
conversation.
sperm die in cold, boy sperm die in heat.
What?
So he got the ice pack on. So he's
Dr. Gilbert.
What?
Juan was just telling you.
Juan.
Yeah, I know Juan was wild, but I never heard that story. I'm learning something new. So he would walk around with an ice pack on?
He wasn't part of the guard conversation.
Yeah.
You and your big man had your
Guard
own
conversations, boy.
Yeah.
You bigs had your whole little issues over there as guards.
I floated around with everybody. You know, Roger Mason, Twan, Jared. I couldn't really hang with my bigs, man. I don't think Kwame and Eton like me.
Yeah, we had the funny. I just thought about the funny.
It was never a dull moment.
Juan Dixon was that eccentric guy. Like, I thought I was weird, but he was weird. He'll come to me and be like, you still wear boxers? Nah, man, you're supposed to wear briefs. You're supposed to wear briefs. The women like the briefs. Look, extra large, I can buy you some. No, you just ain't gonna buy me briefs.
Yeah, can't no man buy me no drawers.
You just ain't gonna buy me briefs. Like, what are you talking about? But that's how he was. That's what I said. We had the funniest relationship. Now that's.
No, we don't. I don't have any friends right now that buy me underwear.
I used to breeze.
Brendan, if you were in the guard, this is what you would have come away with if you were in that guard group.
Nah, I'm sorry, man. I'm never gonna just pop up on Antwan and be like, yo, Twan, man, got these sexy lace drawers for you, brother. I'm just not gonna do it. It's not my style.
But that was Juan. Come on, you know Juan was like that.
Yeah, he was. I definitely could see him doing it. I just didn't know that happened.
So we'll land on this. We'll get out on this. That the thing is, you gotta have a sense of humor, because that'll take the heat off the best players and it'll get those young guys adjusted, bring you guys closer together, and that's what brought you guys together.
But I mean, everyone's gonna. No, what I'm saying is everyone has everything. It's a team, so everyone's gonna.
Everyone brings something to the table.
You just got to learn how to adjust to everyone. You know, it's. They did a great job with that. You know, we all adjusted to each other's
But if you
personality.
don't adjust to it, you'll probably be out.
You're gonna be the odd man out. You know, like we all know who the odd man was in our locker room.
On every who's that?
Brother man.
Who's Brother Man?
You just told me to say it.
I'm just saying, I don't know who it is. Who is Brother Man?
Who's that? It? Yeah, see, there you go, man.
Ah, see, I didn't know that was Brother Man.
The crowd,
Man, I didn't know.
You want me to say that?
I didn't know.
But this is what we had to deal with right here.
I did not know
they
he
throw
was.
the shots. They want me to say it. They're like,
I didn't know he was the odd man
you
out.
instigating.
I didn't know he was the odd man out.
Fitted in.
Yeah, he wrote some real nice poetry. He did. I went to some of the events.
So you see, he holds grudges from all time.
Oh, he doesn't forget anything.
I'm dead. Twan, I'm dead serious. Like, you know, before me and Eton got into it, I went to a lot of his events. Me and Jared, we went to some of his poetry events.
It's just the delivery sometimes.
Right.
It seems like it's different than
No,
what
he was too probably militant for everyone at that time. You know,
Not everyone.
Hey, y'all know Eton's still mobile, man.
Huh?
There's certain
Still
people.
move around in the circle.
no, what I'm saying, he was
What, in that
too militant.
Navigator?
Like, you know, like having natural conversation, you know, you always say, oh, come on in, and then he'll correct you, my brother. Now, you know, at 21, 22, what the are you talking about? Like, you know, but that's where he was, so it's like, it was one of those things where it's like, you know, he started.
But we needed some of that, though.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Every team has its own little factions, whatever you into. So if you into going out, there's a group that wants to go out every night. So if you into playing cards, you got some guys gonna play cards till 4 o'clock in the morning. Video games, whatever it is, you know, then sometimes everybody, I think the one good thing about our team is that we would all have our little different groups, but then we would all come together at times. I remember in Cleveland, like we all came and started watching a football game, and you were there and you hate football. Yeah. Like you never watch football, but you were like, yeah, I felt like I had to come because everybody else was coming because you want to be a part of the team. So our team definitely had some weird moments, some differences, some fights, some crazy things happened, but at the same time, we had a lot of guys that really liked each other, cared for each other, still friends to this day, and we would always come together as one. And then we had some good times on that basketball court. We just kept running into that guy in Cleveland, man. It's hard to beat that guy in Cleveland with a headband.
Here, you got to practice to get to.
You got to practice?
You practicing,
Not
man?
a game. You got to go to practice?
What time is practice?
What we practicing for? We already know the plays.
But what time is practice?
Yeah.
You don't know what time practice is?
6.
What, 6?
Oh,
y'all better get up out of here now. You're going to be late.
You're going to be late for practice. This is not your first practice, though, is it?
No, we have group chat. I just don't.
Huh?
We have group chat. I just don't.
Bro, you can't be late to your first practice, man. Hey, come on, man. Let's get up out of here, man.
Group chat got to do with you practicing.
Yeah, man, we're not going
Because
to.
it says it on there, like the group chat.
Hey, man, we're not going to let him be late, man. We're going to end this session, man. We're not going to let you be late to practice.
Well, okay, so thank you, Brendan. You're going to be calling the game tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I'll be calling the game.
Are you going to be there?
I might be there, man. I might have to show up in person to see this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
What you mean, man?
Hollywood ain't coming out to no big 3
I'm watching
event.
on TV.
Not to no big 3
Hey,
event.
man, you know Twan gonna ghost you. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Then he don't be there.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming through. Obviously, thank you, Gil, for making this show possible. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you, fans. Appreciate it.
Thank you to our friends at Peeps for making this show possible, too.
Thank you, Keeps.
We'll see you in Birmingham.
You doing what? You doing one of these in Birmingham?
Boy, I can't wait.
Oh, they put me in all the bad cities.
Hey man, I didn't know you.
And then I'm in Birmingham.
I didn't know your podcast was #1 till today. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Your podcast is over Bill Simmons and everything, man.
Oh, look at her.
I ain't really like Bill Simmons anyway, so I'm glad your podcast is over his.
You know what's so funny about the podcast? It's because we're NBA players, so we don't ask each other the questions we knew that's going to get us to. You know, so we just sit there and talk. Because I'm sitting there talking with KD, and this is the first time KD opens up. And he's saying stuff that people just never knew. And I'm like, because you're a reporter, you're looking for a story. So you're not trying to get to know the athlete. You're asking them every single day about free agency. Like, he don't want to talk about something that's 6 months from now. He wants to enjoy the atmosphere that's going on now, because all you're doing is just putting a bridge between him and his teammates, him and the coaching staff, him and the upper management. So then that player shuts you off. And this is the bad thing about reporters having voting rights. That same player you're going at, when he shuts you off as a reporter, what do you do when it's time to vote for an MVP? Like, yeah, Kevin Durant. And then you go with someone else, and that's why it's like reporting, it shouldn't have so much power, and this is why athletes need to start, redoing, how they, get their information to, the public and their fans.
You know they control some of the money now too for guys. Like first, because first, second team, third team, all NBA. They have escalators in guys' contracts. So if a certain reporter doesn't like you and you don't make first team all NBA or second team, that could take money out your pocket.
I can tell you right now, if I'm like Charlotte here, and I got to pay Kimba $220 or $170, and I know y'all got votes, y'all gonna get 100,000. Don't vote for him. Right?
Man, I'm not supporting that, man.
You don't think they're doing that?
Michael Jordan would never do something like that.
He offered the man 160.
How do you know it was 160?
Gilbert has the sources now. That's what I would say. Sometimes it might be reliable, sometimes like it's no.
He offered him 160 for real?
160 so far.
160. And he can make 220. Wow. He coming in a little light.
But it's the first go around.
Like, I'll give you 160 and a year supply of free Jordans.
He's gonna do that.
Kim, I got these fresh retros coming out.
Yeah. Hey,
We're gonna have them in your color, give them to your family and everything. Just take this $60 million pay cut. Man, we out of here, man. Let's go.